Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So since it's almost Easter, you already know it's time to decorate a little Easter house. So I picked this up from Target. This is called the Bunny Home Cookie House Kit. So I thought it was really cute because you get to design some bunnies. So if you want to see me attempt to put this together, then keep on watching. So as always, I'm going to share what's included. And this costs $10. So we get some icing, some of these little, what are they called? Like confetti sprinkles. We have some more icing. Ooh, these look good. Are these jelly beans? These are called egg candy. And then we have all our pieces in here. I already cleaned off my desk, but I'm just gonna build my house inside this cardboard thing. I might try to flatten it. We got our cute little bunnies. I don't know if they're supposed to stand up on their own because they have like, or if you break that off. Windows, the roof, the front and back door, and then they give you a piece to build on top of. I like to also use this cardboard piece in here. This is pretty much going to catch anything that falls off. First, you always have to like massage the icing for 2 minutes to make it more fluid and adhesive. So you are supposed to snap apart these bottom pieces of the bunnies, but it actually does say to decorate the house first and then put it together. I'm gonna just play with this for 2 minutes and then we'll be back. So I don't really think I'm gonna like this icing. It doesn't seem like the best quality. I just have to be careful with using too much of that because I'm gonna need it to put the house together. I think I'm gonna get started with the roof pieces. I feel like they're kind of easy to get done. I'm gonna start off with this blue icing, and then you also cut the tip of this off. So there we go. Don't zoom in too far. But anyways, this is always my time to talk to you guys about whatever is happening in life. I don't really have too much going on. I feel like I've mentioned previously that I'm going on vacation. My birthday is coming up. My birthday is actually tomorrow for when this is being posted. It's on Easter, so happy Easter everyone. Happy birthday to me. Just feels like a lot is happening. I'm gonna be 25. And you know, I've had some new subscribers. I think when I was first starting, I made like a couple about me videos. I always like never know what to say when someone's like, oh, tell me about yourself. I think like one thing that I always say about myself is that I'm an only child. I feel like that can definitely explain a lot about myself and my like personality in a sense. That's what it's looking like. I feel like I'm very independent. I like to be alone. And I'm not saying this in a bad way or saying it badly about someone. Like, I know there are some people who just always like having someone around. And not to say that I don't, but like I am used to it, I think. But you know what? Let me actually stick some of this confetti on before it dries. So then like when I tell someone that I'm an only child, you know, they ask, did I like that? I mean, I didn't really have a choice, but I honestly didn't mind. I know like a lot of parenting things like say don't become friends with your kids, and I have to say me and my mom are friends, like we're best friends. And yeah, I mean, I don't really think she had a choice or I had a choice. Like, you're gonna have to be my friend because we're just gonna be together all the time. I think it's like a special type of friendship, and I know that like unless you experience it yourself, like you just probably won't understand it. You know when you get the ice cream cake from Carvel or whatever it's called, and I got that, that's literally what this is reminding me of. That's so funny. But okay, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about being an only child. I did go to college. It seems like so long ago, and I feel like people think I lie sometimes about it, or like when I tell someone like when I graduated. The reason I graduated college early, I did the same thing in high school where I just planned accordingly. I planned ahead, and I'm so happy that I did because my graduating year would have been 2020 when COVID, you know, was first happening. So I winded up just taking a lot of summer and winter classes, which were harder than I honestly thought, because there was one year that I took winter classes and I went on a cruise. So I was on my cruise trying to do my online class for fashion. I know saying a fashion class is hard probably doesn't make sense to some people, but it's not easy. It's not like we just look at clothes all day, or you know, we look at fabric and tell you what fabric it is. There was a lot of math involved. I don't remember what this class was called, but like it was just so hard. I am trying to figure out how to do this, and I think I even got like a C or a B in that class, which I'm pretty smart, guys. I know I might sound a little dumb sometimes. I did not mess around when it came to school. But it was just so hard because I'm trying to like rush to do this class so that I can enjoy my vacation. So it was just difficult. Other classes I just prefer to do online because they were like gen eds or my marketing minor. That's how I finished college early. Technically I finished in the summer of 2019 because I had to finish up some of my summer classes. I do wish there was another candy. A lot of the time when I do these, they have at least 3 candies to choose from. So I don't really feel like we have a lot of options to work with. I loved being in college, and like after I was done, I was like, oh my god, I so want to go back. It's just a weird lifestyle. Like it almost feels like a simulation, especially where I was going. I went to IUP. I always say it's like an hour from Pittsburgh. Like, that's the easiest way to explain it. And I don't know, life just doesn't feel real. You wake up, you go to class, or maybe you don't go to class, that's questionable, and then maybe go get food after, meet up with your friends, go to the library. I actually didn't have a job when I was in college, which I kind of wish I would have. Funny story, I don't know if I want to talk about that. I don't know if I've ever talked about this story, actually. Maybe on TikTok, but I do wish I would have gotten a job while I was in college. I had way too much free time that I should have worked. You don't have to worry financially. I definitely could have been paying a lot more on my student loans if I would have. That was my own fault. I just designed down the side here, which I think I'm only going to do on the front piece that you'll see from like the front of the house. So like the front of the roof here. I was a little mad at myself because I'm like, I rushed to finish and now like I'm sad that I'm done. So I did get a job at what's called the KCAC, which is, I could never pronounce it. It's like the Kovalchik. I think it's Kovalchik. I don't know. Basically, it's like the sporting complex at IUP. And I didn't drive when I was in college. I had a whole driving series once I was done back in 2020 of like getting a driving instructor and everything. But thankfully, since it was like a relatively small town, like they had a bus and everything. So it was pretty easy to get around. I mean, I managed. And then I also had a couple friends that drove. Eventually, I had a roommate that drove. So I applied and I got the job at this sporting thing. I was putting like this on the window, but I don't think I like it. It's making it look like a door. And I got the job because I'm just amazing, obviously. Went in for this interview, and it was like a really young kid. I'm pretty sure he had just graduated college. So I could just kind of tell, like, he didn't really know what he was doing. But he was super nice, and either way, if he's going to be the one that's interviewing me, like, obviously I'm going to be nice and respectful and be professional. So I think he emailed me and told me, like, I got the job and everything, but he just did not know what he was doing. Like, I had told him there was going to be 1 week that they were having, like, I was going home regardless, but they were having some sort of, I just want to say like a circus in a way at this place. Like I think they had like animals and everything. And the job that I applied for was basically like to be a cleaning person. So guys, I was not going to be cleaning up after no freaking elephant or whatever they had. I'm just going to leave it like that. They filled it in with white. He puts me on the schedule to start the exact weekend that I told him I wouldn't be there. So then he was just like, oh, right, I'm sorry. Like, I'll fix the schedule and add you on for another time. Now, it's been like weeks since I had gotten this job, and, you know, he's just in no rush to really get me started. I was getting a little frustrated. And then finally, I was supposed to start sometime on Halloween weekend. Guys, that was the worst weekend of my life, I'm pretty sure. Why would I go out and be taking shot after shot, getting so drunk, knowing I had to work in the morning? I don't know. Okay, so the windows are done for now. I ended up getting up, but I just, like, I physically could not move without wanting to just get so sick. Emailing this guy, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, obviously that was very unprofessional. Truthfully, it didn't seem like they needed me to work there that badly, given how long it took them to even get me, like, on the schedule. I did apply. Even my roommate, he had applied at Walmart and stuff like that just to, like, make some extra money. Guys, getting a job at Walmart, Target, I honestly don't know how they have employees. Why are they so stingy with hiring people? I don't know. Like, you must have to have some very specific requirement to work there. I even applied at the tanning salon. I think I just didn't really have a lot of experience. Now, looking back, would I have wanted to do another major? probably. Okay, this is gonna be my front door. I'm gonna try making this look pretty. See, they made like little flowers out of that confetti, which I don't know if that looks really nice. I mean, they went as far as they even broke the like the confetti sprinkle in half to make like a leaf. Who thought of that? Because that is genius. I think I like to test myself and see if I'm as skilled as the people that did this. The reason I say about doing another major, obviously you can switch your major. So like if you choose something and then you realize like, wait, I'm not actually interested. I met plenty of people who were either undecided going into college or they decided to switch their major. I wouldn't recommend waiting until your senior year to do that. I honestly don't know what I would have wanted to major in though. I always say about like being a detective, I love the idea of that. Based on my understanding of like becoming a detective, like you still have to be a cop and everything, and I have no interest in wanting to be a cop. I'm just nosy and like I want to investigate things, so that's why that sounds good to me. Their flower is a little bit smaller and didn't use as many sprinkles around it, but I don't think it looks too bad. I think it's a little cute. I originally was gonna go to school in New York for fashion. I got accepted to FIT, but I'm happy I went to a university just because you got to meet people outside of fashion. And I think that's another reason why like I kind of wish I would have done something different. Like obviously you had gen eds with people that weren't doing fashion. I'm pretty shy and I felt like making friends was hard. No shade. It was my freshman year. We had to do a fashion show, you guys, and this was like a nightmare. My fashion professor put together like groups. It was asking for a lot for being a first year college student. We had to go to a clothing store, kind of maybe like Plato's Closet in a way, and basically ask them to like borrow clothes. So I'm assuming that this store has done that before, so that's why they didn't have a problem with like letting us borrow the clothes. But it was just so stressful because a lot of the girls didn't drive or probably honestly didn't want to drive. So like we all had to plan a time to get together, and it was probably 10 of us. I understand if you're gonna do a fashion show, like, you know, it's expected to be a lot of work, but girl, I'm just starting college here. Like I don't want to do this at all. I just remember all the girls, for the most part, I mean, there was a couple that weren't terrible, but I can think of one that was just so mean for like no reason. I just hated this class so much. These are little flowers. I'm gonna do one more up top here. My freshman year of college was not a good time. I just wasn't enjoying it too much. All right, let's move on to our back door. This was just like my little walk down memory lane. Should I try filling it in with white? See, it's just not like smooth. It's like very chunky. Okay, so what else about me? I do consider social media to be my job. It definitely is a little like cringy explaining to like a guy, because you know most guys always ask, oh, what do you do for work? And it's just like, I don't want to explain to you what I do. So I did this one. I filled it in with white for the window. And okay, now we're gonna decorate the bunnies. I'm gonna decorate more of the house once I put it together, like obviously the top of the roof and like around the sides. So the bunnies, we're gonna snap off the bottom. I always like to update you guys on shows that I'm watching, but I feel like I've been watching the same shows forever. So I have 3 shows that I've been going back and forth with, which is Modern Family, One Tree Hill, and Law and Order SVU. I just cannot get these shows finished. Truthfully, none of them are shows that I would be like, you know what, that was so good the first time around, let me watch it again. Like, probably not. But okay, here's our first little bunny. And we are going to start assembling this house. So I'm going to put the bottom piece. It says to pipe zigzag lines of icing along the sides and on the bottom edges of front and back walls. The only thing you have to be careful about is you need to let this dry somewhat, so I'm hoping that I let it dry long enough. Just because you kind of have to have this... Oop, it wasn't dry. Never mind. Okay, sorry, we can fix that. Smudge the window a little bit. This other side. So I find the best way to get it to stay is to get the house, all the pieces together, because then it supports each other, basically. And then I'm going to do this other wall. Okay, pipe zigzag lines at the peaks of front and back walls. Hold in place for 1 minute. So we're just gonna attempt to raise the roof right now. I'm gonna come back to this piece, not that one, because I want the confetti to be facing you guys, so it has to go on this side. So I'll wait. Don't seem like it wants to really stay. One side's a little bit higher, but maybe it won't be noticeable once I add the eggs. So it does say to let it dry for 15 minutes. I don't like to follow directions. I'll let the roof dry, but I'm gonna decorate around. Put the back pieces of the bunny on. Look at my cute little bunnies just hanging out, guarding the house. So we're gonna try this egg candy. We'll try blue. I thought it was gonna be like a jelly bean, so I like bit into it, but it's hard. Kind of reminds me of like a sweet tart, if you guys know what that is. Not bad, I wouldn't really eat that again though. Alright, we're gonna put some eggs outside. Putting some of these little egg candies on top. I'm gonna try pink and blue. I don't want to put too many that it makes it too heavy, because then my roof's gonna come down. So I might just put 3. They're probably gonna fall off. So I'll just put like a little egg pile or something here. Or maybe, you know, I'm gonna make it like a walkway kind of over here to cover this blue icing that I made a mess out of. Okay, I think that's it. I'll show you guys everything. So I think it turned out really cute. I really like the front wall with those flowers. I think it's kind of cute and pretty and like very spring. The roof isn't too bad. I'm actually surprised it's still standing. And the bunnies are a cute little touch. So this is the side. And I just put 2 eggs here. This is the back door. Nothing too crazy. And then the other side. So my rating of my own skill, always 10 out of 10. It's getting better. I would say like a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8. The overall kit for $10, I would say, isn't bad. I've gotten other kits that were $10, and I feel like there was more candy and more icing included. That's pretty much the only thing I would have to complain about. So I would give this kit a 9 out of 10. The bunnies, 10 out of 10. I think they're so cute, and I like that you can obviously make them stand up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a happy Easter. Don't forget to wish me a happy birthday too. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.